Kittens enter the world with limited vision, and just like many other aspects of their development, their eyesight evolves rapidly in the first few months of life. The journey of how kittens' vision develops is fascinating, and understanding it can help cat owners better appreciate their pet's behavior and needs. When a kitten is born, its eyes are closed, and it's completely dependent on its other senses, like smell and touch, to navigate the world. As they grow, their sight begins to develop, revealing how their eyes, and ultimately their behavior, adapt to the world around them. At birth, kittens are completely blind, a trait shared by many mammals, especially those born in litters. Their eyes remain closed for the first week of life as they continue to grow and develop. During this time, their main senses, touch, taste, and smell, help them to find their mother and nurse for the nutrition they need. Kittens are not entirely defenseless in these early days. They are still able to react to the warmth of their mother and to the scent of her milk. Their sensitive noses can guide them toward their mother's belly to feed, and their sense of touch, particularly the whiskers on their face, helps them navigate around the world, albeit a very limited world. At around 7 to 10 days old, a kitten's eyes will begin to open. Initially, their vision is extremely blurry, and their eyes are sensitive to light. This is a crucial stage in their development, as their brain starts processing visual stimuli. Kittens will be able to see, but only at a very basic level. At this point, their vision is not much better than a blurry, hazy landscape. They can't see clearly enough to focus on objects, but they can make out basic shapes and movement. They start to become aware of the presence of their littermates, their mother, and some environmental stimuli, but their visual world is far from sharp or detailed. By the time kittens reach around 3 to 4 weeks old, their vision begins to improve. They will start to see more clearly, though still not with the fine detail that adult cats can experience. At this stage, a kitten's world is still a blur, but they start becoming more curious about the world around them. They can now see objects more clearly, especially those that are in motion, like a dangling toy or another kitten's movements. However, their focus is still far from perfect. Kittens of this age are still learning to coordinate their eyes, and they might not always follow movements smoothly. This is the time when their visual development takes off, with the kittens beginning to interact more with their surroundings through sight. It's an exciting stage as they begin to hone in on things that move, recognizing that they need to chase, pounce, and investigate. Around the age of 6 weeks, kittens start to experience what would be considered normal vision for an adult cat, but they're still refining their skills. Their depth perception improves, and they can track objects more accurately. This is when kittens begin to show more interest in movement and start engaging in more play behaviors like pouncing, chasing, and batting at toys or their littermates. The change in their eyesight directly influences their play, as they start to recognize moving targets with better precision. This stage marks the beginning of their developing hunting skills. Play becomes an essential tool for kittens to practice these newly acquired vision skills, as they try to judge distances and focus on objects with greater accuracy. Their vision becomes a key player in their instinct to chase and hunt, although at this stage, their focus is still on learning rather than catching prey. One of the most remarkable aspects of a kitten's developing vision is their ability to see in low light. As they continue to grow, they develop a reflective layer of tissue behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, which improves their night vision. This layer allows them to gather and reflect light that would otherwise be missed, essentially enhancing their ability to see in dim conditions. By the time they are 8 weeks old, kittens are starting to develop the adult-like ability to see in very low light levels. This is a characteristic that will serve them well in the wild, where hunting often takes place during dawn, dusk, or even at night. Domesticated cats, though, use this skill less frequently since their food is usually provided during daylight hours. Still, it's an exciting feature that enhances their overall ability to process and navigate their environment. Color vision is another fascinating component of kitten eyesight. Unlike humans, who have 3 types of color receptors, cones, in their eyes, cats only have 2. This means that kittens, as they grow, develop a limited color spectrum compared to humans. While humans can see a wide range of colors, cats see the world more in shades of blue, green, and gray, with red and orange hues appearing as shades of gray or dull colors. For kittens, this means that the world is largely seen through shades of blue and green, which is how they learn to differentiate objects. Kittens don't perceive the richness of the colors that humans do. But their ability to see movement and shapes in low light makes up for this limitation. In fact, some experts believe that cats' visual abilities are perfectly suited to their predatory lifestyles, as their hunting relies more on motion than on color recognition. Around 12 weeks, kittens' vision is nearly on par with that of an adult cat, but their eyes are still developing in subtle ways. At this point, they begin to focus better on stationary objects and have more precise coordination with their paws and bodies. They can now detect smaller, more distant objects with greater clarity and start fine-tuning their predatory techniques. By now, most kittens are completely comfortable with their vision and have adapted to using it in conjunction with their other senses, such as hearing and smell, allowing them to explore the world in a much more efficient and purposeful way. Kittens are naturally drawn to movement, and their developing eyesight is responsible for this fascination. As their vision sharpens, they become increasingly aware of motion around them, whether it's the swish of a tail, a toy swinging in front of them, or the movement of their littermates. This attraction to motion isn't just cute, it's vital for their survival instincts. Their ability to track movement as they grow helps them develop the reflexes needed for hunting in the wild, even though domesticated cats may never have to actually hunt for food. Still, this primal instinct to chase moving objects remains strong, and it's one of the most amusing traits of kittens. Interestingly, the visual development of kittens is closely tied to the development of their other senses. As they start to see more clearly, their ability to use their ears and nose also becomes more finely tuned. Their vision influences their reactions to stimuli, and the synergy of these senses enables them to navigate their surroundings with growing confidence. Kittens will start to use their sight, smell, and hearing in unison to explore and understand the world, all the while improving their coordination. As kittens reach adulthood, their eyesight continues to function at a high level, with sharp focus and an impressive range of vision. Cats are known for their exceptional ability to detect even the slightest movement from a distance. This acute sense of sight, combined with their sensitive whiskers and sharp hearing, makes them one of the most efficient predators in the animal kingdom. For domesticated cats, these abilities translate into a love of observing the world around them, whether they're watching birds outside a window, tracking a toy in the living room, or following the movements of their human companions. Understanding how kittens see the world as they grow helps cat owners appreciate the importance of early development. The development of their vision is a gradual process that plays a significant role in shaping their behavior, their ability to interact with their environment, and their instincts as they mature. Kittens may start life in a world of blurriness, but by the time they reach adulthood, they will have developed sharp, specialized eyesight that complements their other senses. Watching a kitten's eyes change over the course of a few months is a powerful reminder of the amazing transformations they undergo in their first year of life. It's an exciting journey for both kittens and their owners, full of wonder, discovery, and growth.